Some people say that making a baby is easy, but that having a baby is hard work. They're wrong. Not about making a baby, that generally is easy. Having a baby is also fairly easy, especially for the woman. Obviously, the man has to go through all the stress and anxiety of saying the right thing at the right time, making sure not to question strange and peculiar eating habits suddenly gained by the future mother of his child, and the trauma of being seen as something of a third wheel that has already outgrown his usefulness in the creation of life. Clearly all the woman has to concern herself with is growing an entire human being from scratch, one cell at a time, massively ballooning to something the size of a small family hatchback, replacing her entire wardrobe with things she thought only her mother would ever wear, shifting most of her internal body organs into strange and unusual places to make way for the small elephant apparently growing inside her, becoming strangely reacquainted with a bizarre shift in gravity, acquiring several interesting new cravings for things as varied as blackboard chalk and sofa stuffing, and dealing with the challenge of trying to sleep at night whilst what feels like a wrestling match is going on somewhere between her bladder and her lungs. Oh, and of course, there's the small matter of squeezing an entire human being out through a space deliberately designed by Mother Nature to be exactly too small to fit, without experiencing a level of pain hitherto unknown except by men suffering from a small cold or a slight headache. No, the real challenge comes after your darling little cherub has finally plopped into your lives, having been sent home by midwives demonstrating a level of confidence in your skills as parents which you feel utterly misplaced. And you arrive at what you used to see as a safe and secure home, but which you now realise is second only to a medieval torture chamber in terms of potential danger. But as a new parent, something you will ultimately discover is that you won't be satisfied with this level of danger. You will spend inordinate amounts of your time encouraging your little bundle of joy to crawl about the house, so that they can be exposed to a much wider variety of dangers, after which you will invest many more hours feverishly encouraging them to stand and to toddle, so that they will be able to reach up to new heights of danger and disaster. With each new accomplishment, your small bundle of joy will be exposed to an ever greater number of dangers presented by your previously perfectly normal and relatively innocent abode. This presents all new parents with a simple choice. Either refuse to encourage your child to learn the skills of movement or standing up, or do something to protect them from the many dangers posed by your excruciatingly risky home. In modern society, it is generally considered preferable to do the latter, in which case it will be important to do two things: identify the dangers and do something about them. At this stage, it is probably best to put to rest a mistake made by almost every single new parent, and this is the belief that it is perfectly all right to wait for a while before buying safety equipment for the home, since your small, innocent pink bundle is not yet likely to be strolling nonchalantly around the house, exploring electric sockets, pans of boiling water, stairs, cupboards stuffed full of bleach, and open fires. Be advised of one thing. Your child is already at least one step ahead of you and will be for much of the rest of their childhood. The moment your child first learns to crawl will briefly be a magical one. But around 8 seconds later, you'll suddenly realise that they can now reach the electric sockets. They can stick their fingers in the gap between the door and the door frame, and they can reach Stair Mountain. In other words, you have around 8 seconds to enjoy your child's achievements before you realise that their life and very existence is in serious jeopardy. Getting safety equipment such as electrical socket covers, door hinge guards and stair gates well before your child's first nappy has been soiled is an excellent idea. The moment your child can crawl is the time when you should already be protecting your child from the risks which will be posed once they reach the dizzy heights of standing up and holding on to things for support. Some things are good for support, such as sofas, windowsills, and mummy's knees. Some things are less good for support, such as oven doors, radiators, and the handles of interesting things bubbling away in the kitchen. In our next video, we'll be looking in more detail at each stage of your child's development, and how you, as a new parent, can valiantly endeavour to keep at least one step ahead of your child's inevitable path towards the destruction of your home, your naturally coloured hair, and your bank balance.